Hey guys.
Hey guys.
I don't know what we're doing. We thought maybe you guys would like to see how we open up a show.
This is what it looks like.
And if you're listening right now, we're TikToking.
We're TikToking.
We don't know what we're doing.
No, we
Anyways,
don't.
hey, I'm Amy.
I'm Whitney, and this is
On the Hunt.
Why am I talking like a
Do you like
sex-
our head bobs TikTok people? I don't know.
Why am I talking like a sex phone operator?
I don't know, but I'm here for it. Keaton tried telling me that Whitney sounds like Whitney, but you don't sound like you. I'm like, why do you hate me?
You totally
why are
sound
you
like
so
you.
mean to me?
You sound like you.
Thank you. I appreciate
As
it.
someone who knows you, you sound like you.
So there, Keaton, I know you're watching this TikTok. I sound like me.
Keaton following
that's probably
this
good.
social
No one
media.
wants to see any more of
Oh
us.
God! Oh God! That's also what happens the whole
Yes.
time. Me knocking over things. Okay, bye.
Okay, everyone. So
we're
it's
still recording.
Yeah, we're still on. I mean, we're not going to stop recording because then we might not be able to restart it.
But now I'm just like, how do I save this TikTok? Check mark? Yep, that did it. Okay,
All right.
I just don't want to touch
The
this
people,
now.
how you doing out there?
How are you? We're doing fine.
We are.
Well, kind
Ish.
of. I'm sick. Amy's got a sick kid. I have sick kids. It's just a wreck.
It really is.
But, we're just living our lives.
We're here, though. We're here for it.
We are. We are.
Brittany deleted her Instagram and
I
brought
know.
it back.
Did she bring it back?
I feel like this morning I saw a video of, she posted, a lady with, a baby bump. It wasn't her. I'm
Britney
like,
Spears.
wait, Brittany.
What in the world?
Am I making that up?
I don't know.
I think it was
I'm
Brittany's
actually looking
Instagram.
right
I
now.
don't know.
Brittany. Because I need to know if Brittany's Instagram. It's back.
Okay.
All of it. So why?
She just needed, listen.
Can you
She
ju-
needed a break.
Oh yeah, this video?
Yeah. Of the baby moving in the mom's stomach.
Can you imagine being this TikTok user who Britney Spears shares your TikTok on her Instagram?
I mean, hello, we can only know.
Brittany, please.
You have to hashtag her. I don't know how TikTok works. Do you hashtag people on it? Do you at
You
people
can't.
at it?
Well, you can only at
Brittany?
her if she has a TikTok. Amy's so cute.
Listen, I don't know.
Have you heard what's going on with Yee?
His shoes are called Yeezys, so back off.
I know. It's such a wreck.
It is. I feel really bad for his family, but also I feel bad for him. Someone step in. Who are all these people? And if you go on though and read his comments, and everybody's like, yeah, you fight for your family. And I'm like, God will bring your family together.
No, right.
He's not going to become friends with you. Why are you enabling him?
But sometimes
Stop.
he will screenshot people's comments and then post it on Instagram.
But he's still not going to.
Well, no, of course.
He's not going to track you down and become your best friend.
That's what they're wanting.
That is what they're wanting.
Yeah.
And in doing so, they are enabling
Absolutely.
this and not
It's sad.
shining light on the fact that he needs help.
Trevor Noah's whole speech on his show, I was like, yes. Everything you're saying, yes.
Yeah.
Because, if a powerful woman like Kim Kardashian cannot escape her abusive ex, what hope
what's
do the
it
rest
for the
of us
rest
have?
of us?
Nothing. We have nothing.
No, we have nothing. Although Kyle and Jamie aren't abusive. Just throwing that out there, FYI.
We would kill them.
Yes.
I mean, but we wouldn't. That's not I'm not admitting to murder.
We would handle it. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that because that sounds like victim blaming. But I am not scared of James. Just saying, not even a fraction of a percent.
And I constantly call Jamie names on social media. Happy birthday, butthole.
And I just call him names to his face. I know, whatever.
Poor Jamie.
Listen, I've been married for almost 22 years. It's weird.
Jamie is a wonderful person, isn't he?
Okay.
You really hesitate.
He's a great dad. God give him.
He's a good dad as his partner. Man,
I won't ever go to any movies I want to see.
Yeah,
it's really
Jamie.
disheartening.
God, it's called a relationship.
Oh my God! Can I talk about how we went to a concert last weekend for Brecken's birthday?
Yeah, the church
My son
choir.
is 20 years old. Can we stop for a second and wrap our brains around that? I have a 20-year-old
It's
man child.
Every time I see him, too, I do think he looks like a man-child. Yes. When I see his face, I imagine his baby, like, as a little kid.
But it's the beard.
Right, and I'm just like, your body's too big for your baby head. Yes. I mean, not that his head and body are disproportionate, because they're not. But when you see his face, it's like, it's 3-year-old Brecken, you know? I mean, you're his mom.
So his mom.
Bizarre.
Yes, he did not have a beard when I gave birth to him.
God,
he did have a whole head of hair, which caused rampant heartburn. Oh, but anyway, so we go to this. I don't dislike Eric Church, but I've seen him 4 times.
Yeah, and country music isn't your jam.
No, and he's more rock country. Like I really do like it. Like I listen to his music by choice, but I'm just like. You sure you don't want to take Carter? Or you like you know?
Oh, he wanted you two to come.
Well, it was Jamie, me, Brecken, and Sydney.
Okay,
so it was like a double date kind of thing.
Cute,
but I know I've been to enough Eric Church concerts. Like he refuses to start playing until 80% of the seats are full.
What?
And places, well, because he knows everybody's like wandering around getting their beer and their nachos. It's like, just get your crap and sit down.
Right.
So the show was supposed to start at 8, so it didn't start till 9:15.
Oh, no.
And I also know he never has an opening act, but he will himself play for a solid 3+ hours.
Oh, my gosh.
So we were still trying to get out of the parking garage at 1 a.m. And then... I was dying of thirst because I didn't drink anything the whole time there because I don't want to go wait in line at the bathroom.
No.
So we stop at Quick Trip on the way home. So daylight savings time was last weekend. I was literally washing my face as time changed, as daylight saving time. Anyone who knows me knows I go to bed at like 7:30 p.m.
I mean, let's be honest, it's like
so 6. I'm slipping into bed at 3:30.
You're supposed to wake up in an hour. She wakes up at 4.
I set my alarm for 7 because I didn't want to get too off track.
Yeah.
So it was
God.
It was.
Well, is it true that daylight savings time is over now?
Well, I think it's not going to go into. Well, first it's passed in the House, it still has to go to the whatever. Whichever comes first, whichever legislative.
No clue.
Meaning.
Not even going to pretend.
But anywho, but it won't go into effect until 2023, was my understanding. So we'll still fall backwards no matter what.
Because that's
the real time.
Right.
Yeah, but then we won't
spring forward again.
So
that was our last spring forward.
Maybe. If it passes the way.
Well,
can we stop?
Do any other countries do that?
Tractors drive themselves now. I saw that on the news today. We don't need daylight savings time for the farmers or whatever. I don't even know if that's why daylight saving times, but I think it is.
I'm so sorry.
We also still live in a community that blows a noon whistle, though.
That blows what?
The noon whistle. Troy blows the noon whistle still.
Why?
I have kids that move here from like out of.
They're like, what is that?
I'm like, it's
tornado.
It's an archaic thing. It's because back in the olden days, like they would blow the noon whistle, so farmers like, oh, it's lunchtime. Because apparently they didn't have watches. I don't know.
They're poor. But well, and it's like, can you hear the noon whistle everywhere?
I can feel my stomach growling. I'm going to go eat. But anyway, it's the tornado siren, but it just blows once.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the new, so we have a noon whistle here, so.
I never even knew that, and I worked in Troy for many years.
So. Well, I knew that because my town growing up had a noon whistle too. So anyways, no one cares.
Yeah. Samantha, does New Zealand have daylight savings time? Probably not.
Probably not.
Because they're probably smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool.
Anybody been watching the thing about Pam?
Well, we
that is also from our lovely town.
Because it's our hometown murder.
And we're thoroughly enjoying. First of all, Pam Hupp's an idiot, allegedly. Yes. So
I think it's confirmed.
They're portraying her as an idiot. I don't feel like the show is poking fun at the situation. Someone was murdered. An innocent man was sent to prison. There's literally nothing funny about either one of those things. But Pam Hupp is a freaking train wreck.
She is
she must be portrayed as such.
I know, and I can't remember which of our local news stations it was, but they were like, we're the reason why they keep showing Pam with her big gulp, because they were like sitting outside her house and they caught her on camera poking her head out of her garage. Giant styrofoam fountain drink.
And she bought the necklace so I'm like, which gas station? It's gotta be the one on 47, not Casey's, but the one across the street. What is 47? That one? Highway 40, where the new Casey's is.
Oh, Fast Lane.
No, it's not Fast Lane, though.
The one with Lion's Choice?
Yeah, but it's not Fast Lane. It's like Fast
Fast Break
Trip or something. Like it's like
the one with Lion's
they try
Choice.
to take Quick Trip and Fast Lane and
well, it's got to be that one. That's like
it's got to be, and it looks like
then,
it kind of.
And back then, that's probably one of the only ones, big gas stations.
Yes, but
oh my God,
I'm like, oh, they're selling jewelry.
They would.
They 100% would.
Ice Jamie. Speak of the devil. It's Jamie Johnston.
I'm literally in the middle of... Oh, and he hung up!
That
Maybe he realized where I was. I don't know. What is
Jamie,
happening?
if you listen to our podcast, you would know. Yeah. You would know things.
Well, he should know what I do every other Saturday of my life. I'm not having an affair.
With me.
Kind of am, but it's with Whitney.
It's an emotional affair as we just stare at the microphone as if it's another person.
Okay, should we just get into it? Okay.
Well, yeah, it's 3:25 line 4.
We don't know. We don't know how long we've been recording.
We don't know how time works today.
Weird. Daylight savings time screwed up the whole software. All right, so my topic today is, and it always makes me think of this.
I'm sorry in advance for my coughing and
it's fine
stuff.
I'm hoping I'll be fine. My back is just thrown out right now. I have a chiropractor appointment Monday morning.
We're a mess.
So whenever I hear of this particular thing, I always think of, but I thought the old lady threw it into the ocean at the end. Well, baby, I went down and got it for you. Oh, you shouldn't have.
Oh, damn. I missed it. God, how can I? She's like, you know how many times I listen to that song?
I know, right? How do I know it better than you?
I don't know. It's so terrible. God, Brittany, I love you.
I will be covering
the Titanic.
The Secret History of the Hope Diamond.
Oh.
Which is a real thing, but I believe the Heart of the Ocean
was supposed
from the Britney Spears song. Oops, I did it again.
And not Titanic.
And Titanic, but
lame.
Whatever. Is based on.
Can we stop for a second? Why was that in that song? It makes no sense at all. And then in the video, she's wearing like a spacesuit.
I know.
Why is that in the song?
I don't know.
Did she just like the movie at the time?
I guess. Maybe she was just really trying to show how devoted he was to her. And she was like...
and she's like on the moon. It makes no sense.
There's so many genres. Just
she's on the moon.
Bouncing.
He's an astronaut. God, Brittany,
and a diver.
And a scuba diver. Oh,
so here we go. So this is from.
That's amazing.
I'm going to start out with Forbes.
Oh, wow, fancy.
Yeah. So. As ever more prestigious clients rolled into his New York boutique at the turn of the century, Pierre Cartier, grandson of Louis-François Cartier, founder of, the jewelry brand. Like, we don't really
the jewelry
need
place
to be told
we've
that.
never shopped at.
No, nor ever will.
No, like
I'll never shop
one.
there or Tiffany's.
Did you say sharp?
Yeah, I meant shopped. I meant to say I will never shop there, but then I said I'll never shop. Just listen. I'm trying to make words work. It's just not happening.
It's just funny. I will never shop there.
Yes,
we won't.
So, anyways, he said something along the lines of, "We must never lose our current reputation. In other words, we must sell only large jewels."
Okay. Well, what about us people?
Yeah.
The normal
That's why
people.
Zales and Pandora exist. Is Pandora a place or is that a brand?
It's a box.
Yeah.
Well, it's a brand, but they don't sell real diamonds, I don't think.
Well, no, but that's why I'm saying that's for us.
And don't they sell this like cheesy
and also,
bracelets?
if you ever research all the like crap that goes into mining real diamonds, you probably shouldn't be buying real diamonds anyways.
Are you happy a kid got all his fingers cut off for your diamond ring?
Or someone got murdered, or like drug lords are being funded from the sales of diamonds?
Yeah, just buy a lab-created
diamond. Lab-created. I bought one. It's beautiful.
Still a diamond.
It's still 100%. It still goes through the entire process.
Right. No one died making it. I mean, that we know of.
No.
Unless there was a tragic lab accident.
Yes, unless my Amazon driver had a terrible accident on the way to bring it to me. So anyways, And so with that in mind, in 1910, he invested in a gemstone so large and important that it represented an enormous risk. If he couldn't sell it, Cartier would be left with a dent in its cash flow that could severely hamper the entire firm. And yet, Pierre was in no doubt that it was a risk worth taking. As he discovered in America, the fame and size of one's diamond was everything. Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't sum up...
That's really embarrassing.
It really is. And this was
Who owns it now? Kim Kardashian?
I don't know. Mean, like, I may get to that. I don't know. Do you think I've actually read this?
No, I know.
Come on now.
We're going on an adventure.
Here's a picture of it. It is beautiful.
It's a diamond?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a diamond or another...
I guess. I don't know.
Why is it blue?
It's called the Hope Diamond.
Oh, yeah. Why is it blue?
So, sometimes jewels carry a story with them that impacts all their owners. The notoriously cursed 45 carat.
Oh my God.
How do you, like, I would tip over.
Remember
that.
One of Paris Hilton's last fiancés, though? Her diamond ring was like...
Yeah, that's so stupid.
And dangerous.
And then I think of the episode Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which Kim lost her diamond earring.
In the ocean.
And Kourtney's like, people are literally dying, Kim. And Kim's crying.
It would suck. I mean,
it would suck, but
don't wear it in the ocean.
Why are you wearing that in the ocean?
I don't want to even wear my Apple Watch in water, and I think it's waterproof.
You were so, like, blatantly, like, look at all my diamonds. You got held up by at gunpoint, Kim, in your hotel room.
God.
So, not saying that's okay, but... No. Come on, people.
Yeah, well, and that, like, with Paris Hilton's, it's like someone could just abduct you.
Yeah.
Murder you and take that.
Well, and someone held up Dorito from the Real Housewives of
Dorit.
Beverly Hills.
Dorit and... Yes. Her back must be thrown out. I mean, Carrie...
God. From what?
Just her breasts are always in her neck. I'm like, Dorit, does that hurt?
Yeah, can you breathe?
Yeah, and her frame is so tiny.
Asphyxiated by your own implants?
So tiny.
Yeah.
Just like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, body shaming, great.
Yeah.
Please ignore that.
The notoriously cursed 45 karat blue Hope diamond, once known as the Tavernier Blue, was one of these. Since its discovery in the Caleur mine in 17th century India by Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, a French gem merchant. Can you imagine finding that? Like, wow. Jean-Baptiste, good job.
I know nothing about diamond or jewel mining.
I don't either.
It didn't look that pretty, obviously. They had to shine her up and such.
Yeah.
But
no diamond looks like a diamond when it's first found.
Yeah. Interesting.
Many of those who had owned or even been close to the stone were said to have suffered terrible fates.
Obviously, left it where it was.
Obviously, I was inspired from my book of cursed objects to cover this.
No.
Its uplifting name is derived from the London banking family that owned the gem in the 1830s.
That's why it's called the Hope Diamond.
Now it says Gem Fatale. Okay, I see what you did there,
sassy.
The notorious Hope Diamond on display at the Smithsonian, where it has resided since 1958.
I did not even know it was there.
So that's what this is a picture of.
So it's at the Smithsonian.
I guess.
Huh.
Can't believe it hasn't been stolen.
Yeah.
If you were to believe the stories, the horrific endings linked to it included being torn apart by wild dogs in Constantinople, being shot on stage, and in the case of Marie Antoinette and Louis the whatever number, I don't do Roman numerals, who had enjoyed the diamond as part of French crown jewels, famously being beheaded during the French Revolution.
Oh, Marie Antoinette.
So several months after Pierre opened Cartier's New York branch, which is the only one I really even knew.
I mean, it's like, don't be bragging.
No.
That's why she was beheaded. Everyone's like, we're starving.
Yes.
Here's my Hope Diamond.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
The company bought the Hope Diamond in Paris. The gemstone had changed hands several times in the preceding few months. From Simon Frankel, Bethany?
Or James? That's Franco.
That's Franco, yes. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about.
And they're like, who's James Franco?
A diamond dealer in New York. It had passed to a collector in Turkey, reportedly on behalf of Sultan Hamid of the Ottoman Empire before he was deposed. These are just words. No. I don't know what any of this means.
History.
And then on to the French dealer Rossignol, from whom Cartier acquired it for 500,000 francs. Around $2.2 million today.
How many is a francs? It's such an angry currency.
Yes, it really is.
Francs.
Though the gem was magnificent, it was not easy to locate a client who was wealthy enough to afford it. You think? Fanatical enough about diamonds to need a large blue one, and brave enough to disregard the curse. Kim Kardashian would be like, bring it on.
And then she loses it in the ocean, literally.
Frankel, for example, hadn't been able to find a buyer for 7 years. After which time his finances were in such a dire strait, he was forced to sell it at a distressed price. Wah!
Yeah, that would suck, though.
Was too bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a really hard time.
You would feel
sympathy who can't find anyone to buy his $2 million, your 45-carat diamond.
Yeah.
Boo freaking who. Diamond dealer in the rough. Okay, I don't know. These are
from Aladdin.
Clearly, I'm just reading straight from Forbes.
This is an Aladdin quote.
A young Pierre Cartier. Oh, this is a picture of him.
He looks like a baby.
He really does.
How old is he?
It just says young. So
yeah.
This was where Cartier, with its multiple branches and increasingly impressive global client list, started to come into its own. Pierre and his brothers Jacques and Louis could be hot on the buying scene in Paris. Okay.
Who wrote this?
It sounds like The Bachelor. Like, get him in here. Give him a rose. I don't know how The Bachelor works either. I don't watch that.
I'm surprised you don't, because I feel like you would love it.
There just aren't enough hours in the day, you know?
Yeah, especially when you go to bed at 6.
I've been watching, I would just binge watch Bad Vegan on Netflix.
Okay, that's next on my...
Good.
Did you watch Love is Blind?
No.
No. Okay.
That's not the one where they, like, hide and talk through, like...
Yes. But the most recent...
Okay, I've only watched the first season.
Yeah,
though.
the second season's pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Anywho.
They simultaneously, discreetly were spreading the word of their new purchase overseas. How do you discreetly spread the word overseas?
And what year is
days?
this?
Like,
you're sending a telegram.
Yes. Via ship.
Smoke signal.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
They were well aware. And you would think like a pirate would intercept that message and take the diamonds.
Yeah.
I don't know how pirates work either, but that sounds like that'd be right up.
This whole week.
Or did they only do things on the ocean?
It's just like their territory. Yeah. They don't actually walk on land.
No,
they're unable.
We don't have a land legs.
I feel like this week was St. Patty's Day, and so we did some funny stuff with our kids, and Kyle just kept, it's I'm a leprechaun! Arr! And I'm like, Kyle, you're talking like a pirate. Like, what? You're getting your accents confused. And then Rory's like, are leprechauns pirates? I'm like, God, we're doing such a disservice to our children.
Stop, Johnny Depp. This is...
If only. Can you imagine? Oh, wow.
Maybe. I don't know.
What a
Allegedly.
Man. Johnny Depp, you're beautiful.
But did you hit people? Don't do that. That's not cool.
Do you think you did?
I know. Don't even
I really
know.
struggle.
At this point, I don't.
I know, and it's so bad. But with that one, I struggle.
Story. I just don't even know
because I just love him so much. It's so sad.
Shall we return to?
We shall.
They were well aware that an American heiress would relish the idea of parading a unique jewel from the chic French capital in front of her peers back home.
That's so rude. God,
yeah,
those are not my people.
And don't act like the only place on the planet that have heiresses is America.
Well,
there are other places.
I feel like other places they're actual royalty.
But they're like your
not pretend
demographic that they want to go after. We need an American heiress. That's our only hope of getting rid of this ridiculous thing.
She'll wear it.
Yes. In the case of the Hope Diamond, the brothers were confident enough of selling it. They were not to be deterred by the 1908 warnings of the press. There are those who say diamond dealers will never regain their old position of supremacy in their trade as long as the Hope Diamond remains in their ownership. In fact, far from being put off by the curse, Pierre believed the gemstone's notoriety could act in his favor. He even had a client in mind who he suspected would be enticed by it. Okay. The American heiress, Evelyn Walsh McLean. Don't know who that is.
Not very heiressy.
Couldn't get enough of jewels.
Ew, gross.
She was inordinately rich thanks to her father, who had literally struck gold with one of the largest gold mines in America.
Oh.
All I can think of is Gold Rush.
I know, where they're just like getting one
and
piece
yes,
size
and they have
piece.
to weigh it.
And it's
like,
nothing.
It's dust.
I know, it's literally dust. How do they make that?
One sneeze like this our whole year. It's ruined.
There's just like so many pieces of equipment, and then they have like a
and it's always broken down. Like, where do you get this janky equipment? Why is nothing ever working?
And they just have a handful of dust to show for it. This was
they spend all season and never find anything.
Who's that kid? Kyle used
Parker.
Yes, Kyle used to watch this all. Parker Schneigel or something. Yes. Parker Schneigel is 14. Yes. Rest of gold. You're like, what? Why are you in school, Parker? He was literally a child.
And they always, I remember when Jamie first started watching it years ago, they were always like, this is the glory hole. I'm like, what? Okay.
How is no one laughing?
Yes, I'm laughing.
Well, sure, but no one on the show.
You and your glory hole.
The production crew's got to be like, they said it again. God. Which came first, that glory hole or that glory? Like, which word came first? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or connotation.
The inappropriate one. For sure. I'm going with that.
It's so funny. Oh, they're janky equipment.
So anyway, in 1908, at the age of 22, Evelyn married 19-year-old Ned McLean of the well-known Washington Post family.
Wow.
The young couple, it is widely reported, had far more money than sense. God. What a problem to have. It is no use to anyone to chide me for loving jewels. I cannot help it if I have a passion for them, Evelyn admitted. They make me feel comfortable and even happy. The truth is, when I neglect to wear jewels, astute members of my family call in doctors because it is a sign I'm becoming ill.
Evelyn, you should see a therapist.
Evelyn,
you have problems.
Don't like you.
You have serious problems.
Evelyn had previously crossed paths with the Cartiers in 1908 when she was on her honeymoon in Paris. 2 years
cross paths.
Yes. Hey, Cartiers.
It's
what's
me,
shaking?
Evelyn.
You can tell because I'm wearing all my jewels.
They're just like dollar signs.
Yes, they're like
Cha-ching.
Her. That's all we need to stay in business. So 2 years later, when Evelyn and Ned were back in the French capital, Pierre made an appointment to meet them in their hotel. Understanding from their previous purchases that the jewelry they sought out was large and significant, he was hopeful they would fall on the Hope Diamond like hungry wolves. His manner was exquisitely mysterious, Evelyn remembered, as he placed an intriguing-looking package sealed with wax seals before them. So he's just like walking around with this thing. You would
not
think
safe.
You would need like all this security and
you just got it in a piece of wax parchment paper.
What? It's wax seals. Like when you burn the wax with a candle, and like stamp it.
But what's it wrapped in?
I don't know.
Just wax paper, wax seals, or
like butcher paper. I don't know.
Like what? Do you have it in a bag?
Do you have a box?
Like anything else? A satchel? Like anything else?
Anything.
Just sealing. Do you have a Ziploc bag?
I don't think those exist.
I know. It's funny though. Imagine the first person wow! You can just zip it
and unzip it and then re-zip it.
It's amazing. It's like this paper sack, so I have to fold.
What company is it? Is Ziploc its own, or is that like Glad
or Johnson & Johnson?
Maybe.
One of those. Oh wow, they're like the Cartiers of the.
They are
plastic
of the lunch crowd. That would be us. We're the lunch crowd.
We're definitely the lunch crowd. I know Ziploc bags are really bad for the environment. I just can't get behind those like reusable Ziploc bags. It's so grody.
No, you can't get in every crevice.
Oh, there's crumbs in there.
I'm lazy. I mean, sorry,
just
but
recycle them.
Yeah, plastic's recyclable.
I know it's not. Anyway.
Okay. So Pierre retraced the gemstone's famous history for his captive audience, from its prominent place among the French crown jewels for more than a century to a London lord and a Turkish sultan, and now all the way to their very hotel room in Paris. By the time he unveiled the gemstone, he had them on the edge of their seats. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't enough.
Wow.
Evelyn! Whether it was because the young couple weren't keen on their setting or the setting of
what does that mean?
Snobs.
I don't like the way it looks.
I don't like the way those diamonds around that diamond.
You can change that.
Yes, 100%.
You're literally talking to a jeweler.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Or they had misgivings about the curse, or they had simply run out of that kind of spending money by the end of their trip that year. Evelyn and Ned left empty-handed. Here's Evelyn, by the way, in her fur coat.
Oh, my God. Was she wearing leather?
That's a leather skirt, 100%.
Dress. It's like a whole... She's so tacky, man. That's bad.
That is her. Bad. But that's her wearing the hope diamond.
Let me see again.
So apparently she
bought it.
Got it at some point.
What's her hand doing? That hand, it's just so
bizarre. Oh, she's smoking a cigarette.
But that one's just like...
That one's just like...
Does she have only 4 fingers?
She has black nail polish.
Does she?
Right?
Or
Evelyn,
or dark red, because it's a black and white photo. But anyway.
We're going with black nail polish. Disappointed but deterred, his instincts were right about the McLeans being the perfect clients for the Hope. Pierre moved on to Plan B. He shipped the gemstone to America and changed the setting to an oval frame of smaller diamonds that enhanced the large blue hope in the center. He again showed it to Evelyn, who, though more interested this time around, was still not convinced. Knowing his client's weakness for gems, Pierre proposed that she hold on to the necklace for a few days, suspecting that once she had it in her possession, it would be almost impossible for her to return it.
Pretty brave.
It is, and he's also quite the salesman.
That's what they do with cars. They're like, take it home for a night or
give
two.
It a spin.
Yeah.
Take this 45-carat diamond for a spin, Evelyn.
Yeah, and she should have been like, bye!
And she was used to getting things and not giving them back. Oh. Evelyn took the bait, and that evening, before she went to bed, she placed the diamond on her dresser. For hours, that jewel stared at me. And at some time during the night, I began to really want the thing. Then I put the chain around my neck and hooked my life to its destiny for good or evil.
What in the world?
The next day, Pierre received word that the McLeans would buy the Hope. The price was $180,000, about $5 million today, of which the first installment was to be $40,000.
Oh, they have a
and
payment
the
plan?
Actual bill.
And they have a payment plan.
This is on credit. Well, I mean, $5 million, you know. That's funny. A pretty substantial down payment, $40,000 for $180,000.
It's just so interesting to think. I would have just assumed you pay for that outright.
For sure.
Yeah. But I mean...
So the Cartiers were relieved. Having large gemstones in stock played havoc with the firm's cash flow until they were sold.
I can imagine.
But as with many privileged clients, the sale process wasn't as straightforward as it might have been. Several weeks after the agreed contract had been signed, the McLeans had taken possession of the gemstone. Pierre hadn't yet received a cent in payment.
Yikes.
At his client's request, he'd even put a clause in the contract to assuage. How do you say that word?
Assage? Hold on.
Assuage.
You're just wanting to say ass.
Assuage? Their worst curse-related fears.
Assuage.
Well, that's not as exciting.
It's not.
The customer's privilege to exchange goods in case of fatality. But still, Evelyn procrastinated. At one stage, she tried selling the Hope back to Cartier. Pierre refused to stand for it, and the necklace was returned to its owner along with a repeat demand for payment. So he's like, no, I'm not taking it. She's like, you take it. He's like, no, it's yours. Even though you haven't paid me anything for it.
You better pay me or I'm calling the cops or the bill collectors.
By March of 1911, 2 months after the sale had been agreed upon, Pierre was so frustrated by his client's endless delaying tactics that a series of exchanges with Louis in Paris led the brothers to file a legal suit against the McLeans.
Oh my gosh. They still haven't paid.
No.
It's even more trashy. Yes. It gets worse and worse.
Oh, you poor rich people. Finally realizing there was no legal way out of the deal, Evelyn changed tack and decided that if she was going to buy the gemstone, she should at least take it to church for a blessing. What?
She is weird.
She's a mess. She wasn't sure she believed in the curse, but May Yohe, the ex-wife of Thomas Hope and a previous wearer of the diamond, had publicly warned her against it in a March 1911 newspaper article, and she couldn't help but be spooked.
Well, so that's interesting.
Yeah, like, don't do it, Evelyn. The blessing took place in the church of Russell Monsieur. The diamond was awaiting its blessing on a velvet cushion, which seemingly on cue, lightning flashed and thunder shook the building.
Oh my God.
Many might have taken this as a sign to back away, but not Evelyn. Ever since that day, she would later declare, I've worn my diamond as a charm. The sale was finally concluded in early 1912, with the McLeans trading in the emerald from the Star of the East pendant they had bought a couple years earlier to help pay for the Hope. Oh, I gotta sell one of my other expensive jewels to pay for this jewel. Boo-hoo.
Wow.
Financially speaking, the sale of the Hope wasn't a positive for Cartier. After all the legal fees, the firm ended up taking a loss.
Oh my God. After all that.
Yeah. The board meeting minutes noted, upon examining our legal expenses, we have decided to be more strict. In future, we will have to think very carefully before taking legal advice. We will avoid it as much as possible. That's sound like a good idea.
Yeah, just maybe stop buying ridiculous
Yeah, don't buy a 45-carat diamond.
Yeah, and sell it to people without a payment plan.
Yes. Cash in hand or no deal.
Right.
And yet there was no question in Pierre's mind it had been worth it. Through this single transaction, Cartier became a household name in New York. Oh. After all, who wasn't secretly fascinated by the exploits of the opulent and profligate McLeans? I'm really struggling today.
Well, I mean, I enjoy the lives of opulent people.
And profligate.
Yeah, definitely profligate. I've never heard that word in my life.
Me neither. Add to the idea of a mysterious curse, and the gossip columns had struck gold. The Cartiers may have shied away from taking out advertisement in the earlier years. Louis particularly felt that they were beneath a great jewelry mason favored by royalty. But they were more than happy to have their names spread by the press alongside pictures of social updates of their famous clients. And Evelyn McLean, who loved the stone's notoriety, never missed an opportunity to flaunt the spectacular Hope. She tied the diamond around the neck of her Great Dane dog, Mike.
Oh, my God. What? That is so
She should be
rude.
Cursed. Or held lavish garden parties where she hid it in the bushes and insisted guests join in her favorite game, Find the Hope.
I mean, now she's just
garbage.
God. You're just rubbing it in our face.
You are. You could, end hunger.
Right.
Or that.
Yeah, or like your dog falls, I don't know, dogs. And it cracks or something. Can it crack? I don't know. Can a diamond crack?
Diamonds are the hardest thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
Am I making that
so they
up?
Can't break? No, they scratch glass.
Yeah, I don't it would they can't break.
It could scratch it, right?
No.
Then how do they cut them? What cuts a diamond?
Uncut gems.
Ew. Honestly, though, what cuts a diamond?
I don't know. A laser?
Well, not then.
Okay, I don't know.
This is your story. You're the expert.
Well, here, buy this book, The Untold Story.
The Uncut Gems of the Cartiers. Do you know what cuts diamonds? No. I'm just thinking back in
diamonds. No, for real. I think you make a thing out of a diamond. Diamonds cut
diamond blades.
Yeah, that's for sure what it is.
I remember my grandpa was buying diamond blades to cut metal and such.
Yeah, so that's it.
Can you imagine okay. How do they polish? I have so many questions.
I don't know.
Anyway, do you know? I don't know.
Yeah, because a raw diamond does not look like a diamond that...
No. So they got to polish that.
I wouldn't even know if I found a diamond in its natural habitat.
Is it shiny at all?
I don't
or
think
does
so.
It just look all gray and brown?
You have to dig
How
it out.
How would you possibly know?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is amazing. It's not like Parker Schneebel.
No. Where you could just pan for gold.
It's just like muddy water all the time.
Yeah.
Everything's mud.
There's a gold flake. How do you separate that from the mud and the muck?
You have such a tiny strainer.
You put it on that washer thing. It's so I don't understand.
And so much is mud.
It's so much work.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah.
How does he pay his employees?
Well, with the gold.
I know, but it can't be that much.
He has to cash in the gold. Well, when they weigh it, it tells you, here's 6 ounces of gold. That's worth $1 million or whatever. Yeah. So
there's just so many overhead costs.
They really are. Like, you have to have this
Parker,
giant machine that looks like something that a carny would put together. And
there's like conveyor belts.
Fair. Yeah, it's like going up and coming down and then washing.
There's just like trucks everywhere and holes.
And so many backhoes.
Backhoes for days.
I just don't know.
There's a 14-year-old driving them.
It's just so much
Where are your parents, Parker?
Yeah.
God. Isn't this child labor laws? That was really sad.
That was sad. He looked just like him, except younger. It's really weird. Like, how can you be 80 years apart in age but look identical to one another?
That's what gold does to you. The gold life. It's a real hard life.
It is.
So much mud
and living in like a trailer.
In Alaska, wherever the hell.
Yeah.
God.
All right, so anyway, Evelyn held on to the diamond for the rest of her life. Though she never believed in the curse, she suffered a fair amount of bad luck over the years.
That's just her.
Yeah.
Her life is bad luck.
Her husband, Ned, ran off with another woman and later died in a mental institution. Oh. I don't know if that's Ned or the other woman. Or her Evelyn, I don't know.
Who died?
Their family paper, the Washington Post, went bankrupt.
Really? It's still a thing now?
Well, bankruptcy doesn't mean you're done.
That's true.
Her son was killed in a car accident, and her daughter died of a drug overdose.
Oh, my God.
And for a brief moment during the Depression, she was forced to pawn the Hope Diamond for $37,500 in a last-minute attempt to prevent a house foreclosure. On the day she had arranged to... Can you imagine walking into a pawn shop during the Great Depression?
Like, what else is in there?
What can I get for this?
And they're like $37,000. Like, well, I paid $150. Could I get $40? I mean,
what's the best you can do for me today?
And it's that guy from Pawn Stars. They're such jerks.
And he's like, listen.
I know.
I can't pay retail for this.
Yeah, what's his son's name?
I have to make money.
I haven't watched that in so long.
They're all gross. And then what, Chumley or whatever? Didn't he get in trouble with the law?
I don't know, but every time
he should. Just her being named Chumley and having that face. You should be illegal.
You got a real punchable face.
She really does.
Well, every time I think of that, I just think of chumming, which is what they do to catch sharks.
Or the chum bucket.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
That's what I'm literally talking about. God. Where they just throw like fish guts in the ocean.
Gotcha.
Here, sharks.
On the same page.
They just throw Chumley in there.
Yeah.
That's not
so
fun.
It was him. She was dealing with Chumley. He just keeps being reincarnated as a punchable face chum bucket. So anyways, on the day she arranged to reclaim it from Chumley, she took the train from Washington to New York.
She took a train
and turned up at William Simpson's pawn shop entirely alone.
Your only form of transportation being trains?
Yes. She showed up there with no bodyguard, not even a bag. She stuffed the diamond, along with a few other precious stones she was picking up, into her dress and set off uptown to meet some friends.
In her bosom?
I go in her pocket.
Oh, I don't know if I'd... Like, you trust that?
No.
You know what I mean?
She's... Yeah.
Oh my
God. After lingering too long over lunch, she rushed to catch her train, running through the station so fast I thought I would be shaking the stones out of my bosom at every step.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why people put their phones in their
Yes.
I've never done that.
No, but I've witnessed it at the county fair.
Oh, and it's covered in sweat.
Here's my phone coming out. Here's my pack of cigarettes.
Here's my passport.
My sausage, Vienna sausages. I said for a snack. Trying to think of something.
It's like literally a can. Good. I thought you were going to say like a corn dog.
I had to stick everything in my bra so I could carry I'm double fisting my corn dogs right now.
God, corn dogs are amazing.
Nothing is as delicious as a corn dog at the fair.
And a funnel cake. But like just...
Or the chicken strips at the fair.
Chicken strips, I mean, there's few places I do them wrong. Dairy Queen is my jam, though.
Yes.
The best.
But like,
gravy. Just get a purse. Like a fanny pack even. Yeah. A crossover bag.
A backpack.
Anything but your boobs, your bra.
Yeah. And listen, as a breast cancer survivor, I can't imagine that's doing...
No.
I don't wear deodorant with aluminum.
Right.
Like, quit stuffing Vienna sausages in there.
Yeah.
Not
and
okay.
Pinchy.
Yeah.
They're getting so hot. They're like burning your skin.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but my boobs sweat like more than any other part of my body, I feel like. So nasty.
I don't know. I can't feel anything. They may be sweating. I don't know.
You just have like wet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do it all the time. Like I get out of the shower and dry off and I go to get dressed. I'm like, oh.
My breasts are still wet.
Those are still damp.
Under here.
Need to pat dry.
This is like my pouch where I store things.
Yes. So anyways, that was her carrying them in her bosom were a far cry from the high security of the Smithsonian Institution, where the Hope sits safely on a turntable with a glass cabinet.
Turntable. Wiki wiki!
2 turntables and a microphone.
What is that?
Beck.
Huh?
Beck?
Who? No, I know who Beck is. Hey, you said ye. Okay?
Yeezys. Look him up. Anyway, so it's estimated to be worth around $350 million. So now let's go to life science.
$350 million now?
Yes.
Oh my
so let's pop over to life science, shall we? Where
we shall.
Carl Schuker, in his book The Unexplained, relates the origins of the gem. It sparkled in the brow of an Indian temple idol until it was impiously plucked out by a thieving Hindu priest whose punishment for this unholy act was a slow and agonizing death. It was apparently unearthed in the Golconda mines by the Kista River in southwest India and made its European debut in 1642 when it was brought by a French merchant who sold it to King Louis XIV for a handsome profit. I don't know Roman numerals, but was mauled to death by a pack of wild dogs.
14.
Did not know that's how he died.
That's what? King Louis XIV was mauled by a pack of dogs?
I guess.
What? How does that happen?
Or maybe it was the French merchant. I don't know.
Someone.
One of them.
Did
what
someone,
a terrible way to die.
What, did they put them loose on him? Probably, right?
Yeah, that happened in Game of Thrones, which is not real.
I might be the only person on the earth who has not watched Game of Thrones, but maybe that's like a way they killed people then.
Yeah.
There's no wild pack. I mean, there are wild packs of dogs.
So the diamond remained with the French royal family until it was stolen in 1792 during the French Revolution. So Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette, who were beheaded. Oh, so they were both beheaded? Are often, so okay, he wasn't killed by the wolves, I guess the merchant was, are often cited as victims of the curse. The diamond was missing for a few decades and was recut into a smaller gem.
Oh.
So it was even bigger to start with.
I mean, good Lord.
There are unconfirmed reports it belonged to Britain's King George IV.
Yes.
I got that one. IV. Whose estate sold it to pay off his enormous debts. In 1939, the diamond was acquired by Henry Thomas Hope, which is how it got its name. And then after his death, the diamond passed through the hands of several owners. So the misfortune attributed to the diamond would strain the imagination of soap opera writers. Now, for Days of Our Lives, owners completed suicide, were murdered, and left penniless through bad investments.
Yikes.
Those who came in contact with the diamond suffered failed marriages, dead children, drug addiction, insanity, and probably bad hair days and paper cuts as well.
Could this also be a side effect of greed?
Could be.
You know?
Yeah.
It all goes hand in hand.
And now I'm somewhere else. Where am I?
She's gone somewhere else.
Nerd Wallet. That's just an ad.
Nerd Wallet.
I don't know. I might still be on Live Science. But I feel like this is a new article. As with other
Nerd Wallet!
Let's see. Some of the owners have said to have indeed died bloody deaths. Many of other tragedies attributed to the stone have never been confirmed and are little or more than rumor. Blah, blah,
Not
blah.
to us.
Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Mental floss.
Yes.
10 victims of the Hope Diamond Curse.
Ooh.
This is what we're here for. First of all, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier. The story goes that the French gem merchant, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, came down with a raging fever soon after stealing the diamond. And after he died, his body was possibly ravaged by wolves.
Oh, God.
However, other reports say he lived to the ripe old age of 84, so no one knows.
So eaten by wolves, lived to 84.
Viva.
So he died and then wolves ate him, is what they're saying. That's great. I mean, they are scavengers. What do you want from them? Yeah. That's what they do. That's why they're here.
Wolves gonna wolf.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They say on TCO about bears.
It's literally their job.
And then obviously Louis the 14th, he died of gangrene.
Oh, God.
So he wasn't beheaded. There's so many contradictions.
He was beheaded and then he died of gangrene.
The guillotine was a little dull that day. So they just left him dangling. Then the gangrene set in.
Who are the people? I mean, let's take a moment to think back to people just going to witness beheadings. You're just like, come on, everyone, grab your popcorn.
It's a slow Monday. Let's go.
And then you just watch that happen?
No, thank you.
Good God, how nasty.
I'm going to go tend to my fields.
Right. I'm just going to stay alone in a library.
Nicholas Fouquet? I don't know. I want to say Lord Farquaad. Nicholas Fouquet, who worked for King Louis the 14th, is said to have worn the diamond for a special occasion.
That's so lame.
Here, would you like to wear the... He probably just was like, I'm going to just try this on. King Louis is not around. I'm going to try it on and model it.
It'd be hard not to do that if you were the butler or whatnot.
Yeah. And shortly thereafter, he fell out of favor with the king and was banished from France. The king then changed the sentence to life imprisonment. So...
Well, if you're banished, or you're like, no, I'm not coming back to be life in prison. Yeah. Like, don't come back.
So he spent 15 years in the fortress of Pignerol. Some people believe he was the real man in the Iron Mask. Leonardo DiCaprio, right? I don't know.
I think I watched that movie and was just like, what is happening? I don't understand this movie.
And then Marie Antoinette, she wore it, but we all know what happened to her.
Did he wear an iron mask, the imprisoned guy?
I guess.
How rude is that?
Like, I'm already in prison. Why do I got to wear an iron mask, too?
And what's the purpose?
I don't know.
Can you eat?
Maybe that's the purpose?
Maybe I should watch the movie.
On an all-liquid diet?
Which is what in those days, you know?
Yeah.
Here's some pond water.
Yeah.
Grody.
Good luck getting cholera.
Right. Oh, Leo DiCaprio, you beautiful man. And good all-around human.
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't seem convinced.
No, I'm just like, but can we date someone a little closer to age? It's kind of, at this point, it's getting weird.
Yeah, I mean...
So, Marie-Louise, Princess de Lamballe, was a member of Marie Antoinette's court and was her closest confidant. She was killed by a mob. I was in a moth.
That would be the most agonizing death of all time. They just slowly cut you with their wings.
It's eating you like it does. Don't moths eat clothes. It's just eating all of your clothing.
Just so slowly.
How do moths eat clothing? I don't understand.
And I've never had that happen.
Me neither. I don't think I've ever owned enough, like an article of clothing long enough for it to be moth-eaten.
One time we got out our Christmas tree and Kyle was like, moths have hatched in here! And I'm like, what?
Were they just flying out all over the place?
No, I think one came out and he was like, they're gonna take over the house! And I'm like, calm down. Can you get out some Xanax, please? God, love him, but it's like, that was one.
Yeah.
It's not an infestation.
No.
Where there's one, there's more.
And like buy some mothballs. Simmer down.
You just put them into the Christmas. Merry Christmas, mothballs.
All this, everyone's pulling them out their stockings. Like, what? This is crap.
Is this candy? No, it is not.
Don't eat it. That can't be good for you.
What is it named? Nobody knows. You're like, go outside, moths. What do they eat outside? There's no wool or there's like eating the sheep's coats. They're just like,
we're so stupid. We know nothing about anything. God,
how do we live a day-to-day life?
I really don't know.
And you know what I consider us pretty smart people, so it's like really frightening to think.
So anyways, this lady, she was killed by a mob in a horrific fashion. Apparently,
that's also terrible.
She hit with a hammer, decapitated, stripped, and disemboweled, among other things.
Too far.
Her head was impaled on a spike and carried to Marie Antoinette's prison window.
Hey, Marie, look what we did. And she's like, damn it. I just am in here. I mean,
I'm sorry I told you to eat cake.
I was trying to be nice. I'm sorry I'm having parties all over the place while you're dying of starvation. But was that her friend or something?
Yeah, I was her closest confidant.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah.
They must really hate Marie Antoinette.
Well, I mean, hello.
I know.
Rightfully, I'm going to be on the side of the peasants on this one.
I know.
I mean, I'm not going to hit someone with a hammer and disembowel them and impale
well, I mean,
their
that's
head,
what happened in the Halloween Kills. It's like
yes,
that.
pretty much.
Exactly.
Then we have Wilhelm Falls.
Oh.
Wilhelm Falls was a Dutch jeweler who recut the diamond again. His son ended up murdering him, then killing himself. Then we have Simon Schrods. He was a Greek merchant who owned the diamond. His curse, he drove his car over a cliff and killed himself, his wife, and his child.
Not cool.
Then, of course, we get to Evelyn. So,
her again.
We know that she happily wore the diamond and put it around her dog's neck and blah, blah, blah.
Bushes.
So, first, her mother-in-law died. Her son died at the age of 9. Her husband left her for another woman and later died in a mental hospital. Her daughter died of a drug overdose at 25, and she eventually had to sell the newspaper, the Washington Post, and died owing huge debts. Evelyn's surviving kids sold the diamond to Harry Winston. 9 years later, Winston mailed the gem to the Smithsonian for $2.44 in postage and $155 in insurance. Then finally, there's James Todd, the last victim of the curse.
Wait, so Harry Winston just mailed it and was like, it's yours now.
Yeah, donated it, I guess.
He's like, I don't want any part of this.
No.
Okay, smart man.
$2.44 in postage.
That you mailed it in the U.S. Postal Service?
But he paid $155 for insurance for it.
When it's
he was probably hoping it would get lost.
When it's
file
worth
a claim.
$50 million.
James Todd was the mailman who delivered the diamond to the Smithsonian.
Okay.
Apparently
it's not even his fault.
His leg was crushed in a truck accident shortly thereafter.
And there goes his career.
And then he had a separate incident where he suffered a head injury, and then his house burned down.
And he
was just delivering
Harry Winston,
the mail.
I hope you took care of that.
Yeah. Man. Get him some insurance, Harry Winston.
Yeah.
And that is the curse of the Hope Diamond, which in my mind, the heart of the ocean is based off of.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely. Well, great job, Amy.
Thanks.
Fascinating. Okay, let me think here what I'm going to do, because I have my topic today has a ton of information, and I think I'm actually going to break it up over the next episode as well.
Oh, part 1 and part 2.
Two-parter. I'm just trying to think of where I want to stop, though, here. Probably 5 or 6. Okay. So today I'm going to tell you of some real-life stories and incidences of parallel universes.
Ooh, I am fascinated.
Yeah.
And I believe in them.
I know. It's so good. It's so good. So this is, I think, from a BuzzFeed article. Best of the internet. They just pull it all together.
BuzzFeed don't ever leave.
No. I mean, they've made a career out of just pulling things from the internet and putting them into lists.
I need to see 25 tweets of people putting rude customers in their place.
Yes, I do. I need to see that every day. Okay, so sorry, guys. So the first one is from weekandweird.com, and this is the story of the dude who showed up at a Tokyo International Airport with a passport from a country that doesn't exist. What? Can you imagine?
At least he had his passport.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so I didn't write this article, so of course it has all kinds of like cheesy stuff here. Like, I'm just going to try to get to the year. Okay, the year was 1954. The year 1954 was hotter than normal in Tokyo, but at Haneda Airport, it was business as usual. That is, of course, until one unknown date when a routine European inbound plane dropped off its passengers. As the crowd made its way through customs, a neatly dressed, middle-aged Caucasian man stepped up and told officials this was just a normal business trip for him. That sounds suspicious. One of 3 so far this year to Europe. His primary language was French, yet he spoke Japanese and several other languages. In his wallet was a variety of currencies from various European countries, as if to verify his frequent flyer tendencies. When they asked him for his country of origin, things became strange. He casually stated that he was from Schrods, on the border between France, and Spain. The officials told him that Schrods, I'm probably saying that wrong, didn't exist. But it's not a real place, so it's okay. But he presented them with his passport, issued by the non-existent country of Schrods, which also showed visa stamps corroborating his previous business travels to Japan and other countries. Yet when they called the company, he said he was having a meeting with, they'd never heard of him or his company ever before that moment. The hotel he had reserved a room at had no reservations for him, and the bank listed on his checkbook did not exist. So he could be a good fraud person as well.
Yeah,
you know?
Howard Hughes over
but it's like, why would you make up a passport of a country that doesn't exist?
Exactly. You're going to call attention to you.
Yes, exactly. The bearded man scoffed. Surely this was some elaborate practical joke for his benefit. Customs officials showed him a world map and pointed to the tiny country of Andorra. Perhaps that was his real country of origin, and somehow he was either mistaken or having his own little joke. The man became irate, saying that Andorra didn't exist, but it was right where Schrods should be. His proud country had existed for 1,000 years. Still in shock over his misplaced homeland, the mystery man was detained by customs and given a room at a nearby hotel for the night while officials tried to figure out what was going on. The following morning, the mystery deepened. Schrods' one and only known resident completely vanished from his hotel room, which had been guarded by immigration officials all night.
Wow, they are like, we are getting to the bottom of this. And is it that big of a deal?
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. To make matters worse, all of his personal documents, including his passport and driver's license issued by the mystery company, vanished from the airport security room.
Oh, so he didn't even have those.
So that's interesting. It's like maybe he went back through the portal and everything that was his went with him. Interesting. Police and airport officials searched in vain for the mysterious man, but it was as if the encounter had never actually happened. So it says, surprisingly, misplaced travelers such as this businessman from Schrods have appeared on many occasions. In 1851, a man was found wandering Frankfurt in northeast Germany who claimed he was from a country called Laxaria on the continent of Sacria. Not a place here.
No. See, if someone said a country, I wouldn't question it. But I mean, if you're making up a continent.
Yeah, you're like, nope.
I know enough about geography, I can call you on that.
Right. Another young man who spoke a completely unrecognizable language was caught stealing a loaf of bread in Paris in 1905. He said he was from Lisbia, which authorities assumed was Lisbon. Yet his language was not Portuguese, which is what they speak in Lisbon, nor did he recognize a map of Portugal as his homeland. Oh, very interesting. All right, the second one here. This one is, okay, well, I'm just gonna start reading it. Well, never mind, I'll read the title. 4 girls took a wrong turn and found themselves driving in an entirely different, unknown environment.
Oh, God. Those are the things that keep me awake.
This is what happened to me and Amy. Literally. When Amy gets behind the wheel, this is what happens. She drives through portals into other... Okay. So the girls' names have been changed to protect their identity. That's funny. Okay. So the two of these girls were sisters, and the third girl was a cousin. The fourth girl was a friend of one of the sisters. So that's the 4 of them. Their auto, described as a 1971 Chevrolet Nova, was owned by the father of the 2 sisters. They were given permission to use the car to attend a popular rodeo held annually near Pioche, Nevada, about 180 miles.
Popular rodeo. This isn't just some lame rodeo. This is
popular. At approximately 10 p.m., as the 4, all students at Southern Utah University, drove back to their dorm, they approached the foreboding region where Gadaton Canyon awaited. Okay. Legends claim that beyond the canyon was a doorway to another world, an evil dimension of horror and madness.
Oh, great.
That the early Utah settlers avoided at no cost, or at all costs. Yikes. Through the years, it was said, many wagon trains carrying passengers and cargo became lost in the twisting labyrinth of that horrible place, and anything or anyone that entered its hellish portal was lost forever. Some claim, and then there must have been a picture here because it says, a Mormon wagon train. But I deleted the pictures. So anyway. Some claimed robbers waylaid unwary unwary travelers. Others swore the spirits of the damned roamed the Nevada line during the darkness of light. The Book of Mormon, okay, blah, 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 we don't care. As the girls approached the Union Pacific rail line, the headlights of their car lit up a sharp fork ahead. The road leading off Highway 56 looked inviting. What? How does a road look inviting?
Oh, that one, I like that. There's no potholes.
It's winking at us. It's so weird. It seemed to be a more direct route back to their dorm. Well, either it is or it isn't. Yeah. Don't you know the way back to your dorm? Do you have map
don't veer off course. No, however you got here, go back that same way. Do not. No.
I don't know what year this is, but you should have instructions.
100%.
Their landlady, a stickler on curfews. What? Is she like their RA or something? She's not their landlady. She's not their landlord.
Like a sorority house. It's like the house mom.
Why are they calling her landlady? Your landlord does not care about your curfew.
And if she does, she's crossing many lines now.
That's probably illegal. Oh, this is rude as hell. Their landlady, a stickler on curfews, always locked the doors at midnight. Bye. Sorry about it.
Do they not have keys?
Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe not. And it was already 10:30. They're like, oh, God, we got to get home. She's going to lock the doors. None of the girls relished the thought of arriving late and being forced to sleep in the car. They don't have keys to their own house. Their landlady is really raking some laws.
Yeah. Get over yourself,
this is great.
Lady.
The opportunity to take what seemed a shortcut strongly appealed to them. The mysterious road curved sharply away from the main road toward the direction of the ominous something canyon in the distance. Despite the stories of the canyon, the girls decided to take the road. God, of course they did. Don't ignore the stories.
No.
They chatted happily about the day's events. Oh my God, that rodeo was so popular.
Did you see the way she barrel raced around that barrel?
Oh my God. And he rode that bull.
He did.
Rawr.
He rode that bull. That bull did not ride him. What year is this? Maybe they saw Lane Frost.
I really don't. I have no idea what year this is. Oh, well, their auto is in 1971. So who knows? It could be the 80s. Could be the 70s. We don't know. Okay, they should have... As they drove, the dark rock walls inched ever closer to the crumbling edge of the thin ribbon of asphalt. Somewhere along the way, the road changed from an asphalt pavement to cracked concrete. That's weird.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like Missouri.
That's true. Abruptly, one of the girls shrieks, "Look out!" And the road suddenly ended at a towering rock wall.
What?
Turn around.
Yes, this is not good. You have reverse on that thing, right?
Just
back it up.
Their Nova doesn't go in reverse. They were boxed in by the canyon and had no choice but to turn around. The three girls moaned, "Oh gosh, I'll have to sleep in the car."
That's the least of your worries right now.
Yeah, suddenly
there was a road to nowhere.
To a wall. Why would there be a road to a wall?
Exactly. Impending doom. That's what that's
exactly right. Okay, so they turn around. They wind their way back toward Highway 57. And several minutes passed before they noticed the landscape had dramatically changed. What was once desolate, wind-swept desert sand dotted with dry sagebrush and stubby something, yikes. Why live in the desert? No. Was now lush fields of ripening wheat under a clear moonlit sky. In the distance, the water of a large lake shimmered silver under a bright moon.
You're like, guys, there's wheat and water.
Guys? Yeah. As they continued onward, they marveled at tall stands of ponderosa pine. God, I miss ponderosa.
I know.
Did you go there as a kid? Or as a young...
I remember way back in the day when I first moved here, like I used to meet my mom there on Sundays for their breakfast buffet.
Mm. I hate a buffet as an adult because it grosses me
out.
It's
super gross. I can't eat it now. But
I
didn't know better back then.
And they had that soft serve ice cream machine, which I thought was magical, even though it's like normal.
Because I know, but they had all the toppings, and like no one's going to tell me what I can and can't do.
And you can just put it in here on your own. Swirl. Okay. Suddenly, a bright light off the roadway ahead captures their attention. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is getting intense. I haven't read this. Now the girls are on edge. They had no idea where they were And whatever it was, it didn't look like either Utah or Nevada. Maybe someone could help them, point them in the right direction. Don't stop and talk to strangers. Approaching the light ahead of them, they discovered it came from a large building, some kind of roadhouse.
Texas? Stop.
Get the
hot rolls. Or Patrick Swayze.
Or a restaurant. Texas Roadhouse. They're like, what is this place? It's magical.
The chicken tenders are so large.
God, I love Texas Roadhouse. The place sat in the middle of a large parking lot, and a blazing neon sign on the roof spelled out a message. What is it? At least that's what the girls assumed the sign was for, because they couldn't read it. The sign's brilliantly glowing symbols were composed of strangely twisted lines, creating a mosaic of weird curves, a language they didn't know.
Ooh.
Weird. So
really, your bars of parallel universes have the under the mind of a neon moon.
It's just funny to imagine that other parallel universes have bars with neon lights.
Well, I guess that's what makes them parallel.
It's the same, but a little different.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I often wonder what parallel universe me. Like what.
Yeah.
You know, what one little different decision in life did I make that made the entire outcome of my life different?
And there's, like infinite amounts of views.
Yeah. Weird.
So weird.
I'm probably hanging out at the neon. I'm probably just bartending there.
No. Okay, without warning, very tall people burst from the roadhouse. I just imagine they're all laughing and like drunk.
Yes. Why are they so tall?
Quite a number poured through the front door, spilling into the parking lot. Some of the roadhouse people seemed upset by the girls' arrival. They waved their arms at the girls. Others shouted and pointed at the girls in the Nova. Your car is done!
Nova!
Look at our motorcycles!
That Ford Pinto!
Later, the girls recalled the people from the roadhouse seemed shocked and frightened at the appearance of the Chevy driving into the parking lot. So they're like, it's an alien! You know? It's like, people think they're
Chevy
alien.
Nova to them is like a spaceship to us. Got it.
Why are its wheels so tiny?
Just imagine if they'd showed up in like an El Camino. Oh my God!
What is
it a car? Is it a truck? I don't understand.
Well, maybe it's a Beyonce in the formation video in her El Camino. Like, why? Why? I don't know. Doing donuts. And Beyonce, have you seen that video? She's like leaning back and her braids are so long. And I'm just like, Beyonce, you're going to run over your hair.
It's like the time we bought a go-kart for the kids. I'll never forget. Brecca was driving it and Keaton was in the passenger side. It didn't occur to me till they were zipping through the yard that her hair was dangerously close to the tires.
My God.
And I'm screaming, stop! You're going to scalp your sister!
Oh my God, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
I guess people had Beyonce's back. I'm not sure.
Don't worry, Beyonce. We got this.
Yeah, I'm just like, your hair is hanging so low. And why are you safe? As the girls pulled into the lot, they just pull in. No, drive by.
I mean,
I don't know.
We don't know where we are. I mean, if you don't know where you are.
But you see these like awkwardly tall. Everyone's tall.
I would rather run out of gas and die than pull over and ask.
We'll just go drive ourselves into that brick wall as fast as we can.
Then we were gonna Thelma and Louise this right now.
Into a wall though. Because there's no cliffs. There's only walls.
That's all we got.
We don't die either. We do it wrong.
Oh no, you're in a Chevy Nova. You're done.
Yeah, that's true. There's no safety.
There doesn't even have seatbelts.
It's not my Honda. Built for bad drivers, probably. Okay. The girl... Oh, wait, hold on. As the girls pulled into the lot, one of them in the backseat got a good look at the throng of people milling outside. The girl who got the first look let out a blood-curdling scream. What are they? Why? What are they? They have no faces. I don't know.
I don't either. Well, I mean, something.
Did you say I don't either? That sounded like you were going, I don't either. Well, I don't either.
I mean, I don't know either. I don't understand. I have a face.
You have a face.
Maybe I don't in the parallel universe. I don't know.
I have to put a filter on every photo because Amy doesn't have a face. To put a face on her
potato filter on me.
Oh, God. According to the transcript appearing on sightings.com, the girls' conversation at that point became panic-stricken and choked with rising horror. One girl says, "What?" The other says, "Get out of here! Punch it!" Who says punches?
She did.
And then the other girl in the backseat caught a chilling glimpse of the people moving toward them, and she got a good look at their faces. "Step on it!" she yells, her voice shaking. Burning rubber, the Nova fishtails away.
I love burning rubber. It gets
from
me
a Nova. Fishtailing away from the strange roadhouse. Wouldn't it be funny if Patrick Swayze's there? He's just like super tall.
It has no face.
Has no face, but a body for days. Body, honey.
Nobody puts a baby in a corner.
Patrick Swayze, rest in peace.
Yeah, you were great.
Now the girls in the rear seat sobbed in terror. What did they see? Oh, here we go. Okay, we're getting there. Haltingly, they explained to the girls in the front seat why they screamed. The things they saw back at the roadhouse had at first look like people, but when they got a better look, they realized they weren't human. Wherever the four girls were, they were nowhere near Medina, nowhere near any place they'd ever heard of on Earth. They raced through the forbidding night on the strange road, passing the strange lake. Everything's strange. Intense lights lit up their car from behind. Oh my God!
Oh God, they're being chased.
The girls in the backseat saw the lights at the same time that the driver saw them in the rearview mirror. Oh my God, they're coming after us! Go faster, faster!
As fast as it goes.
Four freakish egg-shaped vehicles, humming and whining loudly.
Why are they egg-shaped?
And is it like egg, like upright or like down?
Yeah, how's this egg-shaped?
Each small vehicle
is it just rolling? Or does it have wheels?
And you know how eggs roll really wobbly? It's really not efficient driving. Oh, each small vehicle had one headlight and two front wheels and one rear wheel. Why is that so much more funny than if it had four wheels? It just has one in the back. It's like when people drive those three-wheel motorcycles. Have you seen the ones with two in the front? It's like a child's toy. I don't know if I'd be afraid if I saw that coming or just like, your vehicle is so dumb.
You were to match my Chevy Nova, you freaking idiot.
You guys were laughing at my car. Look at your freaking car. You drive an egg. Eggland's best. Oh, God, I'm dying. Go faster! They're gaining on us! They're an egg! They didn't say that.
Just throw a rock at it, crack it.
Where are they at inside? Where are the doors?
Where's the portal to the other? Get me out of here.
So in an alternate universe, we have no faces and drive eggs.
It's suddenly not as intriguing. I'm kind of embarrassed for alternate universe me now. I didn't think I was mortified when I had to drive a minivan on this plane.
Are they all like the same colors? Oh my God. Go faster, they're gaining on us. The Nova's engine roared at its top speed, crept towards 80 miles per hour.
That's stop.
That's it. That's all it's got.
The engine blows. It's all we can go for 80.
Smoking.
Of course, they're an unfamiliar road. I can't imagine trying to go 80 miles an hour, like not even knowing where I'm going. It's terrifying.
Still, the crazy egg-shaped cars pursued them. Oh my God. Then the girls are back in the canyon. The Nova's engine roaring, reverberating off the sheer rock walls. A rooster tail of dust rose up behind them, and soon none of the girls could spot the whirring eggs anymore.
Whirring?
It's like an electric...
It's the Teslas.
Oh God, I'm gonna die. Okay.
And that's why they were screaming. It was just Elon Musk's face. And everyone, they're like, ah!
What is it? He does have a really strange face.
He really does.
Has he had plastic surgery?
I don't know. God, he needs a refund. It's terrible.
You know what? Screw you, Elon Musk and Grimes, for naming your baby a series of...
Thank you for giving Ukraine internet.
That was amazing.
That was nice.
That was truly amazing. But you're still bizarre.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. They flew out of the canyon and into the desert. I almost said dessert. The road before them all but disappeared. The car bucked crazily over sagebrush.
There's sagebrush hard?
There now, the rodeo. It's like a freaking, brush. Or like a tangle, what's the things that tumbleweed? It's just
how are they ramping?
Well, because we're in a nova. It's like, it's at its top speed of 80. How is it your top speed? It's like not even, not even
driving the highway here.
I guess you're not driving over sagebrush.
Well, thank God.
There's that one tumbleweed. Oh, God, I'm actually going to die. Okay.
Now they're going to go home and deal with the freaking landlady.
They're like, do you know what we've been through? We saw 100 Elon Musks in
tumbleweed in their hair. They're so disheveled.
Oh, my God, I'm crying. Okay. They bucked crazily over the sagebrush. It quickly slowed, and the Nova skidded out of control, sliding into something, an aereo? I don't know what that is. And crashed into the bottom. The engine died. Although badly shaken, none of the girls were hurt. But the Nova was undrivable. 3 of its 4 tires were flat. That's why you have 4 tires. Not 3. They slept in the car until sunrise.
It was inevitable. They were sleeping in that car.
They're like, forget. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, you're not going to sleep. So they wake up the next morning. They spot a Utah Highway Patrol car and wave it down. Then the trooper listens to their story. What I would give to have been that trooper. The details of the report to the Utah Highway Patrol have been muddied over the years. Most versions of the incident list the trooper at the scene. Okay, we don't really care. Okay. So here are 3 amazing details that jump from that official report. 1, no tire tracks were found where the Nova left Highway 56 in Modena as it headed for the canyon. Interesting. Yeah. 2, of the tire tracks that were found pointing in the direction of Highway 56, they extended only about 200 yards into the desert and then disappeared. None of this really makes any sense to me. And I want to be like, I want to be like 3 of the third set of tire tracks. There were only 3 wheels, which made no sense, as all vehicles have 4 or 2. Oh God. Okay. Oh, crap. I don't know how long you've been going. You think I should stop? Okay, I'll do one more because this one's not very long. Okay. Also, that article is from Before It's News. Number 3, my third story, and we'll end it. This one's pretty quick. The Greens...
Will be to be continued.
To be continued. Listen next week. The green-skinned children who simply just appeared.
Crap.
We're really a mess this week.
We are. It's all the laughing and the allergies.
And the eggs.
And the eggs.
Back in the 12th century, 2 children, a brother and sister, allegedly popped up in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England. Both had green-colored skin, spoke an unknown language, wore bizarre clothing, and initially refused to eat any food other than raw beans. How?
Like raw green beans? Because you can't bite down
any raw bean.
Like a kidney bean and break your teeth.
Oh my God. That's so weird. Why? They were taken in, cared for, and eventually they adapted, developing a taste for food. For cooked food. And losing their green hue. Weird. Shortly after, the boy became sick and died. That's sad. But after learning to speak English, the girl explained that she and her brother were from a place where the sun didn't shine bright, and it was perpetually twilight, not the book. Can you imagine? Everyone's just really moody.
Bella, where you been, loco?
What? Is that from the movie? Who says that?
Jacob.
Loco? What does that even mean?
He bought like little coasters for a car that say that it's Jacob with his long hair. God. It's a stupid. That's the whole point. Everything.
So great.
It's so dumb.
It's so great. Twilight. She and her brother were there. They were at this place. It's okay. Herding their dad's cattle when they heard some kind of loud noise and were suddenly in a new place where they eventually discovered was Woolpit. The girl grew up and integrated herself into her new surroundings, though it remained unknown how she and her brother got there. The girl went on to get married and live her life. Well, how sad is that? Yeah. Her family's back in the Twilight place?
That's really scary that you're just like, you can just like be zip. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and you're like, where are the beans?
I'm green. No one else is. Just, well, they're raising cattle. Why are they only eating raw beans?
Well, maybe they didn't eat the cows. Maybe
what were they raising them for?
I don't know. It's bizarre.
Okay.
I'm going to stop there because
this was a.
So if you liked the parallel universe stories, come back next week. Who knows what it'll be? I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Yeah, we never know
what sort of magic will come.
Surprise.
Okay, so please rate, review, and subscribe. Yes. We appreciate it. Send us to your friends.
Follow us on all our social medias. We're on Haunt.
Or on Haunt Podcast, one or the other. Look it up. I'm on Twitter at Haunted Whitney. I post stupid stuff.
On Twitter, Amy on the Haunt, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
we're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're
doing all the things.
Facebook.
Send us some messages. We got a message from Tanya. Tanya with an A.
Tanya with an A. Yeah.
I'll tell you about it next episode.
Okay, thanks. I can't figure out how to switch accounts.
Okay, bye.